Hi, and welcome to That's Already Mysterious. Join me for an intriguing look into real-life mysteries. Who was the mad gasser of Mattoon? What was whaling at the Wilga waterhole? I'm not going to solve those mysteries, but they'll be interesting to learn about. I'm your host, Kelly with an I. Transcripts and references for all episodes can be found at that'sreadymysterious.wordpress.com. No apostrophe and no exclamation point. Today's tale is about the Mandela effect. Where is New Zealand? If you think it's northeast of Australia, you've been the victim of the Mandela effect. New Zealand is actually located southeast of Australia, and yes, it's real. The Mandela effect is the name for a phenomenon in which a large group of people believe a specific detail about a person, place, situation, or event that isn't actually true. The phenomenon is named after Nelson Mandela, and the term was coined in 2009. Fiona Broome discovered that she, along with many others, believed that Nelson Mandela died in the 1980s. Nelson Mandela served a 27-year prison sentence in South Africa for conspiring to overthrow the state. Mandela was released in 1990 and served as president of the country between 1994 and 1999. Mandela died in the year 2013 at the age of 95 after suffering from a prolonged respiratory infection. Fiona Broome was at a conference talking to others about how she remembered seeing news coverage of Mandela's death in the 1980s. As she talked, she began to realize that she was not alone in this belief. Others remembered seeing news coverage and even seeing a speech given by his widow. Broome was shocked to realize that she was not the only one with these false memories. Her book publisher encouraged her to start a website about the phenomenon. Broome does not describe the memories as false memories. In fact, she finds the suggestion insulting. There are many examples of the Mandela effect, but some false memories are not part of this phenomenon. For example, thinking you left your keys somewhere only to find you left them elsewhere is something else. One example of the Mandela effect is the portrait of Henry VIII. Was he eating a turkey leg in the portrait? According to many people, he is, but no painting of this has ever existed. Another example is in the movie Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. In the movie, the villain, Darth Vader, tells the protagonist that he is his father. Many people remember the line of the movie being, "Luke, I am your father," but Vader actually says, "No, I am your father." Many recall the movie Shazam, which starred Sinbad and came out in the 1990s. However, this movie never existed. The movie Kazam came out in the 1990s and starred Shaquille O'Neal. It seems people are confusing the two actors as well as the name of the movie. In another movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the Queen asks, "Magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" Many people believe the line begins with "Mirror, mirror on the wall." Many people remember Bambi's mom dying at the very beginning of the movie Bambi. However, she is not hunted down until 40 minutes into the film, which is about halfway through. In Sally Field's Oscar speech in 1985, she said, "I can't deny the fact that you like me right now. You like me." However, if you ask some people, they will tell you she said, "You like me. You really like me." In the movie Casablanca, Ingrid Bergman's character says, "Play it once, Sam, not play it again, Sam." In 1972, Woody Allen made a movie called Play It Again, Sam, which is about a film critic who was obsessed with the movie Casablanca. The opening song to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood contains the lyrics, "It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood," where many people remember it being, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood." The biopic about Mr. Rogers was called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. In the movie Risky Business, many people remember Tom Cruise dancing with sunglasses on, but he was not wearing them. There are also examples of people misremembering how to spell some words. For example, Oscar Mayer is spelled M-A-Y-E-R, but many people believe it's spelled M-E-Y-E-R. This could be in part because the way it's pronounced makes more sense if it's spelled with an E. In another AE switch, the Berenstain Bears is spelled S-T-A-I-N, but many recall the books being spelled with an E, as in S-T-E-I-N. The book series was created by Stan and Jan Berenstain and uses the same spelling as their names. Pikachu from Pokemon does not have a black tip on the ends of his tail, but does have black tips on the ends of his ears. People believe he does have a black tip on his tail. Mickey Mouse doesn't wear suspenders and never has, but many people remember him wearing suspenders. The Looney Tunes TV show is spelled T-U-N-E-S, but a lot of people remember it being spelled T-O-O-N-S. This could be because the show is a series of cartoons. Curious George has never had a tail, but many people think he does. Does the Fruit of the Loom logo have a cornucopia on it? No, and it never has, but people remember seeing one on older articles of clothing from the company. Mr. Moneybags from the game Monopoly doesn't wear a monocle, but people think he does. Could this be because they are conflating him with Mr. Peanut in their minds? Many a millennial remembers growing up on Tostino's pizza rolls, but the company name has always been Totino's. Alexander Hamilton was never President of the United States, but many people remember him being one. This is likely because he was a founding father of the nation, and most of the founding fathers were presidents at one time or another. The Lindbergh baby was found deceased after being abducted. Many people believe that it was never found. There are several possible explanations for the Mandela effect. The first is false memories. When you try to recall Hamilton, for example, information about him is stored near the memories of other founding fathers, so the close connection could bring out other memories, even some false ones. Dr. Bonner Jackson explains, "Memory is not necessarily a carbon copy of reality. Memory is influenced by different biases, perceptions, preconceptions, and expectations. Memories change over time as a person gets more information about something. It's also reconstructive. We fill in gaps with information provided to us from our own biases. In one study of how we create false memories, participants were given a list of words. For example, the words could have been bed, rest, awake. All of the words are associated with sleep, so some participants believed the word sleep was part of the list. Another possible explanation is confabulation. Our brains fill in missing gaps in our memories with details that didn't actually happen. Misleading information after an event can help cause false memories. Information learned after something happened can change how you remember that event. If someone says enough times that something happened, your brain might become convinced it actually did. Dr. Jackson Bronner said, "Just by giving some misleading information, people can actually believe they have a memory that is different than what actually happened. I think most dramatically this happens in some court cases when if someone has asked a question in a certain way, it may actually lead them to think they remembered something they didn't actually remember." Priming is another possible explanation for the Mandela effect. Things leading up to an event can change how we remember that event. Some believe that the Mandela effect is caused by alternate realities. They believe that the memories are correct, but that they happened in a different reality. These people believe that we are always shifting between different realities, which is why large groups remember things differently. Today, the internet may play a role in the Mandela effect. Misconceptions and falsehoods passed around can become what seems to be factual. These memories can affect other people's memories. What causes large groups of people to remember something differently than it actually occurred? Is it because of our connections via the internet? Is it all due to false memories? Or are there multiple explanations? What do you think? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thanks for listening to today's episode of That's Ready Mysterious. Join me next week for another captivating mystery.